let's go here. Testing, 1, 2, 3. And what else am I forgetting? Alright, we should be good on this end, and we'll go here. Did I link that right? I think I did. Hello, hello, welcome in, Stargazers. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day so far. Dulthrons, hello, welcome in, welcome in. You are first today, followed very closely by Eve. Hello, hello. Yeah, you're both early. Welcome in, welcome in. Oh my gosh, the stars look different today, don't they? The stars are different. Look at the stars. They're like, I guess that's like Offkai color? Is that what it is? Music's so loud, sorry. sorry, is that better? It's hard for me to match these correctly. Also, welcome in, Cancer Kaiju. Hello, hello. Alright, is that better? hopefully that's better. It's hard to balance, like, too loud versus can't hear it at all. How much do we need to win? This is cumulative. So the best way to think of this is it's kind of like a raid boss. There's no there's not as much competition. We are all working together. It's like a raid boss. The more stars we get, the more that we are helping each other. And then the more that we collectively earn, we are able to have like different types of gifts that are Offkai themed. So it's interesting. It's really cute. It's really fun. But thank you so much, guys, for sending stars. It helps a lot. It helps all of us founding streamers. It helps all of us. So I appreciate it very, very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How is everybody doing today? Happy Wednesday. We are almost halfway through the week? Yeah. How do the stars help? So IRIAM is cumulatively taking note of how much star tapping there is, and then they are accordingly making new gifts that people can send that are special themed and stuff. So I just thought it would be fun. It's a nice comfortable way to make things fun, to make a fun event, because we're not in competition. We're all working together. It is Wednesday. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I think there's been like 100,000 or something crazy already earned between all the different founding streamers. So even if we have a founding streamer who's like, you know, maybe not as high in the rankings normally, then we can all still participate and have fun. I am 1 week from progress on Damaged Hand. It is a good day. I'm very glad to hear that. How much longer to go on it? Yeah, I mean, I know it's hard, but you know, time will heal all wounds, right? Literally. Time heals all wounds. Talon, welcome in, welcome in. Good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. A week and possibly a month after that. Still a long time, but you're doing a good job. You're pushing through it. I know it's difficult, but you can do this. The usual crew's piling in. Yeah, there you go. I've noticed that we haven't had as many kids lately, which is kind of nice. We don't have to deal with as many trolling children. I hope next week marks an improvement in quality of life. I hope so too. I definitely hope so too. No dumb comments. Yeah, I don't have to try to like don't have to try to like ban anyone live and end up crashing the stream as a result. Hopefully, anyway. Getting through the Crow Tango PNG? Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Explain that they can't stream. Oh my gosh. So many people. So many times. Like, have you ever been a VTuber? Have you ever been a streamer? Have you ever... Do you know what OBS is? Do you... Are you a VTuber? Do you have a model? Do you play... Have you ever made content? Yeah, they do think it's like TikTok. They really do. They either think it's like TikTok or they think it's like, they think that we're AI. What is OBS? The weird thing about, like, thinking it's like TikTok, though, is because TikTok has requirements, so you'd be like, oh, you have to earn 1,000 followers or whatever, but no, it's like, I want in now! That'll be more like YouTube. I think for YouTube streaming, you just have to wait 24 hours or something. But it's like, if you don't have a design, and you've never done this, and you don't have any content to prove you've done this, and you don't even know that in the application you have to send a video, I mean, that's kind of number one, right? Like, oh, I applied. Oh, great, how'd your video do? My what? After putting in birthday, yeah, that's the real tell, you know? It's like, oh, okay, so we've confirmed that all of you have lied. Great. That's what they want to see on your application, that you lied. Blah. It's like, good job. That should be like the very first thing, is that they find out that they can't trust you. Welcome in, Melissa, welcome in. Know what OBS is, by the way? I heard somebody complaining and pain from streamers around it. Yeah, I figured, you had the winky face, so I figured you knew. Blank says OBS stands for Opulent Bizarre Standard. Also, welcome in, Blank, hello. I'd stand ready with more arcane streamerbot lore and grimoire, but unfortunately my motor carriage had a broken wheel that needed replacing. Not much spare time. Ah, no worries, no worries. OBS is both the best and painful, true. I've been, I'm keeping my eye on a new one coming out, or that has come out, that's kind of like in early beta, just like IRIAM. It's called Meld. It's called Meld Studio. I'm afraid to talk about it while OBS is running, because it'll, like, crash on me in anger or something. But, I'm interested in Meld. I think it looks like it has a lot of potential. And one thing that's really interesting is that the developers seem to really, really enjoy widgets. Which makes me really happy because I'm a big fan of widgets. I'm not sure how well it works for simulcast. I've heard that it's integrated directly in there, so you don't need, like, Restream or StreamerBot or anything. Or Stream Elements, for that matter. I haven't tried it. I haven't used it. I'm sort of, like, waiting a little bit longer for them to iron out all the kinks. But it does look really promising, honestly. I use Restream. I used Restream for the longest time, Eve, and it just got more and more frustrating to me, so I'm using Stream Elements now, but I do think I'd like to move over to Meld if that becomes a thing, because Stream Elements has its own can of worms to deal with, right? In before Meld is 100% literal, uses bizarre technomagic tracking. Yeah. It's like, yeah, alchemy. The alchemy software. Blank says, luckily a spare tire? That's good. I'm afraid if I use OBS, it'll punish me. Yeah, that's fair. The way that OBS works, with multi-streaming is that you have to, like, OBS and Stream Elements, you have to basically send the stream 2 ways. So, you don't have that issue with Restream, but Restream has its own issues. OBS is sentient. It really does feel like it is sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. Alchemy software, what do you have to exchange for smooth streaming? A little bit of my sanity. It seems to really like sanity. Tricks to meld the streamer and the VTuber persona, they become champion of the digital world. I mean, haven't people basically said that, like, VTubers are basically Persona? As someone who's never played Persona, I've heard that a lot. But that's already running low, I know. Haven't you noticed that OBS has been working worse since I came back? I think I missed something here. Talon says feeling stressed due to lack of sleep, then random stuff. I mean, yeah, I understand that. Definitely try to get more sleep if you can. I'm sure that the PNG is taking a lot of, mental energy. Go Eep, yeah, exactly, go Eep. You don't strike me as a Jungian shadow. I don't... I haven't played Persona, but I understand that enough just from Yun philosophy. I don't know. My shadow self, I would not say that this is my shadow self, no. Blank says I would not put a bullet in my skull for a new model because I don't think it's quite like Persona. I'm sure that's some sort of reference, I don't know. The people who said sleep is for the weak in the early 2000s are the idiots who are suffering now. What do you mean in the early 2000s? Has that differed since? I wouldn't say sleep is for the weak, but I do tend to stay up later than most. I think my schedule's just, like, sort of shifted. I think my clock is just sort of, like, slightly tilted on its side. LAN parties stopped being a thing. There you go. I am a night fox. Yeah. I feel like I used to be more of a morning bird, but I think I've sort of shifted to night. I don't know how or why. I don't know. I feel like I go back and forth with that. I feel like I used to not stay up a lot, and then I would, like, wake up earlier, and I think that sort of, like, shifted around slightly. I don't know when it shifted. Probably from art school, because art school used to involve a lot of all-nighters. A lot of all-nighters. I mean, not too many literal all-nighters, because I could not do those as intent as, oh man, who pulled the most all-nighters? Architecture students. Architecture, by far, architecture. It was very common to see sleeping bags in the architecture building. Very, very, very common. And I could not get into that. That sounds insane. I don't know what to call myself. I wake up at 2 a.m. for work. Oh, so you're, what do they call it? Third shift, right? You mean someone named Starlight waits until there's starlight and stars to gaze on to go to sleep? That makes no sense at all. I stay up late enough to see the stars. It's not like I go to bed before the stars are out. It's more like if the stars are out, then I'm, like, in a good place, you know? I don't have to worry as much. It's more like if you can't see the stars, you have to be more alert. If the stars are out, then things are generally good. If I go outside at night and there's no stars, then that's a problem. I care very, very much about what I'm going to be doing creatively, which is what keeps me up at night. Talon, you need to write things down. You need to make charts. You need to write things down. You need to make a list. I don't care if Vesa makes fun of me for this. You need to chart this out, and the reason that I'm telling you this is because I'm currently charting it out. Kind of. I work till I get done. Ah, I see. Make notes. Yeah, gotta make notes. Vesa makes fun of everyone. No, this is, like, a specific thing. This is my crow thoughts, and this is Vesa's, teasing in terms of, like, trying to help me manage my life. No, it's all good, though. It's all good. But I'm very serious about the charting. I just knew that he'd probably poke fun at me a little because it's kind of this running joke about the list. I have this comic. This, like, little one-page comic that I have to finish at some point, and it's this little joke. I wanted to make it in December. I didn't get around to it, so I'll have it next December. It's just this tiny little one-page bakadoodle. And it just says, like, Star, why do you have Santa's nice and naughty list? And it's like, oh, this isn't Santa's list, this is my to-do list. I do have a list of my list. It's very important to have a list of my lists. Otherwise you get confused. How would you... What if you lose track of all the different lists you have? You have to have a list for your list so that you don't lose track of the lists. Because what if you forget one of the lists that's important for something? You need to know that you have the list. You have a list and you're checking it twice? It's not the problem. The problem is not feeling good enough and what I'm gonna be in the future. You still need to make a list. I know I probably sound like I'm not giving good advice. I am trying my best. From my perspective, this is how you have to do it. If it's a problem of not feeling good enough, then you have to break down what each thing is. You have to break down, like, what the skill set requires and stuff like that. Why are there people who do this on IRIAM? I will never understand. Also, hello, Nova. Welcome in, welcome in. If Vesa is IRL friend that keeps an eye on you, or do you find him online and they adopted you? What? I think Star adopted Vesa. Oh my gosh. It's a VTubing thing. I don't understand the hamburger thing. I see this so often. I don't understand it. What's the topic so far? We're just chit-chatting. We're chit-chatting about art stuff and things. TikTok meme? I'm not on TikTok, I don't know. I've talked before about wanting to be on TikTok, and sometimes I hear things and I'm like, I think I'm afraid of TikTok. But it seems like such an easy way to grow. I don't know. It's a good assumption. There you go. Blank says a list of lists is called an index. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Arrive Eclipse, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Or VA Clips, I'm not sure. But hello, nice to see you on the IRIAM side, I hope you're having a good day. Goes beyond art-wise, it also stems from IRL stuff. Well, I do not have the skill set or credentials to help in that end. Hamburger, burger art, these things seem connected. It does always seem to find its way back to me, doesn't it? I guess, okay, maybe I can't help Talon. Maybe that's, like, personal stuff that I don't know how to get into. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit today about, like, the kind of stuff that I'm doing. Because, I don't know, I'm kind of curious about your guys' opinion on that. I've been charting out, like, the different... I've done this a lot, and I'm, like, trying to do it more seriously. I feel like I do these about once a year. I'm currently trying to, figure out, like, what is the best use of my time with the type of stuff that I make, you know? That says VTuber Senpai's buddy. We are both mods of VTuber Senpai. Vesa is Vesa. Also true, yes. I've been thinking about, like, the different types of stuff that I'm doing in the sense of, like, you know, time, effort, energy, skill set, satisfaction, whatever. I've been sort of charting that out lately. So I made, like, forget the list. I'm making spreadsheets now. I made a big spreadsheet about, like, the different situations of, like, how long something takes to make, if you can repeat it, if it's, like, personal satisfaction, if it's something that general audience likes, or specific to streaming, or specific to VTubers, all that kind of thing. Explain what I am in our dynamic. I don't have the you had, like, this whole written out thing. Okay, so I am a mod with Vesa in VTuber Senpai's community, and we're sort of, like, equals on that end. And then Vesa and I are friends, and we're equals on that end, but then with the moderation, we have sort of, like, a seniority. And then Vesa is also a mod in my community, so then I sort of have seniority over Vesa, but he also sort of helps keep me sane. Complicated flowchart, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Basically. I used to be, like, so nervous about, like, saying anything related to manager, and, like, over time, it's like, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. But he doesn't manage, like, the content. He just sort of helps keep my head on straight. 'Cause, the charts and lists and Excel stuff, that's all on me. Charge 500 a month. Gosh. Vesa wields the bonk hammer. Also true, yes. I have to handle it on the IRIAM end, but so far we've had a good time with it. Vesa is Edna mode. Much taller. But yeah, I'm sort of trying to I'm feeling like what I think makes the most sense to focus on in terms of different art stuff and whatnot. Like, I don't know. What have you guys, thought was, like, the most interesting so far, I guess, in terms of, like, the art that I've made? Because I've also broken it down. I have, like, a lot of different, sections, and one part that I've broken down is, like, is it general audience, or is it, like, more community focused? Is it, like, things that a lot of people care about, or things that, like, hardly anyone cares about? I'm kind of curious what you guys think about that. Blank says, every good captain needs a great lieutenant, a second in command, a dragon. A dragon? I was friends with a dragon. I haven't seen the dragon in a long time. Vessa's a CIA agent. I'm a fox. Alfui, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. You came here from Search Character. That's always interesting to me. Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. I see that you are, new to the stream, so welcome in. My name is Starlight. I'm a Prismatic Kitsune. It's nice to meet you, and happy Wednesday. I think it would be funny to see Bakadoodles on stream. I could do the Bakadoodles stuff on stream. I'm always worried about, like, slightly lesser quality when it comes to doing things on stream. But they are Bakadoodles, so the entire point of Bakadoodles is that they aren't as, like, quality focused, they're more story focused, right? So I could do that. I could do that. Yeah, they're burgers instead of steaks, basically. If that's a noble steed, that's a dog. No, that would make me Shrek. No. No, that's not a thing. Alfui, thank you very much for following. Thank you, thank you. The story can be talked about during stream. That is true. That is true. Yeah. I'd be fine doing, the Bakadoodle in my current queue on stream, if that is something you'd be interested in. Grand art pieces, stuff like the Royal Pony art piece, as an opportunity to discuss your process and steps as you systematically do something awe-inspiring. Thank you. Yeah, I think... So, you guys seem to really, really like things that are more story-based, right? Because you guys are, like... You guys are part of my community, so there's a little bit more of, like, a personal connection there. I say that, I think it's my Bakadoodling queue, yeah. I never openly talk about someone's commission if I'm not sure if they want to keep it a secret, so I'm always sort of like, going, always tiptoeing on that kind of thing. But if you're open to it, then I'm open to it. Probably better that way, that's fair, yeah. I'm still gonna have to talk to Vine Fox at some point and figure out, like, how they want to be portrayed, because I'm not sure. Story of Starlight is always gonna be a winner. Aw, thank you, Dual Thrones. Yeah, I do actually have I think I was saying that. I have a category, and it's like, connection versus commodity. King Lucian, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I see that you're new here, so hello. My name is Starlight, I'm a Prismatic Kitsune. I hope you're enjoying your day today. Blank on YouTube says, Dragon's the name of a literary trope of the big bad second in command. The Vaders of the world. Ah, interesting. Since you have a lot of experience with brand and creative stuff, what is the best inexpensive way to do stop motion? Could I do stop motion with horror narration using an automated voice? I swear I was here before. I don't recall seeing your name. I feel like I would have remembered it. The Lucian part sounds familiar, but not the King Lucian part. I'm not really sure. Stop motion. Inexpensive way to do stop motion. Well, in terms of expensive, it kind of depends, like, what would you do the stop motion with, right? Like, are we thinking Leica Studios? Are we thinking Aardman? Are we thinking, like, animation frame by frame? What kind of stop motion are we considering here? Yeah, I have a category for, I have a category for connection, and I have a category for can it be done on stream? Not trying to be rude, it's pronounced Lucian? Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, I'm not, like... I've had people tell me, like, how their name is pronounced, and, I can't always remember, so I do apologize, but I will try. Lucian. Okay, I think I can do that. What are your props? What do you mean, what are my props? I'm not entirely sure what you mean, Eve. Blank says stop motion is fun and suffering. Yes, very true. Very true. Yeah. What, yeah, okay, so for Talon, what are the props? Materials to be made of styrofoam and cardboard boxes with paint? For the props, I'm still not sure about the characters. The materials will be made out of styrofoam and cardboard box with paint. Okay, so I'm guessing you're doing a diorama? Is that like background? Not sure about the characters. Okay, so you've got diorama background, and then the character. Okay. I would definitely think that you should consider what the character should be made out of, because that's kind of like a pretty big element. Yeah, do you have a story? Like what is the idea behind this concept? Because stop motion, like Blank just said, it's fun and it's suffering. You're animating. It's a very, 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 very time-consuming process. You have to have a huge amount of passion to want to do stop motion animation. It's a very, very intense form of animation. I mean, all animation is an intense form of animation, but like, you know, stop motion or frame by frame is gonna be more intense than tweening and puppeting, right? So, yeah, no one picks stop motion for quick results. Exactly. I mean, the fact that Laika has survived as long as it has, and Aardman, is kind of a testament to how much people value the uniqueness of the craft. But notice that we only know the names Aardman and Laika. There's, like, no other major stop motion studio left. Most people have moved on because it's a very, very intensive and expensive endeavor. I think, like Aardman is working with Pokemon. They're huge, but they don't even have the models of the original Wallace and Gromit anymore. It's crazy. I love doing stop motion. I have the patience. Plus, I love the aesthetic and look of stop motion animation. I've never seen your stop motion work. Have you done it before? Do you have experience? And if you have experience, then I'm not really sure why you're asking me about what materials and stuff you should use, because it sounds like you would know more than I do. Blank says Lego is always the way to get your feet wet. Start there. Experiment once you've got some practice under your belt. Blank makes a really good point. Lego would be a great way to get into it, roughly. Man-hour versus perspective income. Yeah, exactly. Which is, in my case, that's why I'm making that chart. My chart has things like how long does something take, how much income does it generate. I'm looking at, like, a lot of different variables. So one thing is like, okay, income, how much time, can it be done on stream? Is it something that's very community focused? Like, I have a lot of YouTube ideas, and it's like, income, 0, but community focus, 100. You know? So it's like, you gotta kind of juggle that kind of stuff. And I'm figuring it out too. I'm figuring it out myself. So I think that it's interesting. Like, community really, really cares more about the storytelling. And then in terms of like, oh, you know, the passive income, the merch or whatever, people don't care who I am. I tried to get my name out there by doing VTuber assets for like 3 years now. Nobody cares who I am. I don't think I have a single person in my community who joined my community because of my VTuber assets. Some of the people who made the Lego movie started out as Lego stop-motion YouTubers. I don't doubt that at all, honestly. Creative Raven, hello! Welcome in! Nice to see you, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, Blank makes a really great point, though. Lego would be a very, very, very good way to get into it. And it does not shock me that people working on the Lego movie were, like, really well-known, Lego YouTubers, because the Lego movie has the skill set of someone who knows how to do stop motion. Like, it probably wasn't stop motion, right? It was all 3D. But you had to have the knowledge to get the look down. Thought I followed you already. Time to fix that. Thank you very much for following Creative Raven. I appreciate it. Thank you. I've done some before with a sister a long time ago with Lego. I would keep at that then, unless you think that you want to move over to something else. You know what you could do? You could, instead of trying to make a creature from scratch, or instead of just going to Lego, why don't you try customizing the Lego? The Borderlands movie failed because it's not a single person played the game or had even heard of it. You have to have passion for the IP you're working on, I think. The bad part is nowadays Legos are gonna be more expensive than the typical material. I mean, true, but like, if you could just get, like, if you have, or if you could find, like, just the really basic one, like, not the collector's things, just to use as, like, a base to maybe sculpt over or something, like, I don't know, air dry clay or something. Yeah, use a knockoff. Use, like, Mega Blocks or something? I don't know. Just, yeah, maybe a knockoff, but do something where you can customize it instead of having to build it from scratch, because one of the hard things in terms of, like, stop motion or figures or whatever is making articulated joints. As someone who has done stop motion with articulated joints, it's not easy. So find something that already has articulated joints and then customize it. Minifig blind boxes, make a story with the characters you pulled. There you go! Gotcha story time! Creative Raven says, I feel like it should be a mandate to either play the game or have knowledge of it to make a movie. Yeah, I agree. Talon says, I feel like I want to make the props and background more costume. Plus there was giving away free cardboard boxes in Costco where I live. Okay. But the props in the background are secondary to your story and your characters. Like, that should be the last thing you consider. Yeah, there you go. Cheap figures from the dollar store. Exactly. Blank says, funny thing about the Lego movie is that it's 100% CGI, but painstakingly made to look like stop motion. See, that's where I understand that you would want the people who worked on the YouTubers to work on your movie. Because they would understand the look down to a science. Yeah, background's not the focus. People are just not going to pay attention to it. That's why you blur anything out of focus. True, most of the background is blurred out in most cases. Unless we're talking about, like, old DreamWorks movies. I love the background work of Nathan Fowkes, who did a lot of the old, you know, Sinbad, Spirit, El Dorado. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful backgrounds. And sadly, he doesn't get much recognition for them. I build Lego still, but also build Gundam too. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Blank says, off-brand Lego is just as good, if not better, with a fraction of the price. Minifigures you get secondhand. Exactly. Because you're not using this for the collectability of the Lego itself, right? You're using it as a base. People would see the background silhouette. Yeah, true. Oh my gosh. There's, you guys probably haven't, most of you have probably not seen Spirit, but there's this one scene in Spirit, towards the beginning of the movie where there's this giant panorama of the valley that the horse is on, and that entire panorama had to be painted by hand, which is crazy, crazy, crazy to me. A lot of DreamWorks older animation, although Western, the rendering kind of has the anime feeling to it. Yeah, because it's cel-shaded. Gunpla is also a possible stop-motion opportunity. True, true. But you'd probably have to be more into, like, the mech thing, right? I've only done stop-motion one time, and it was with an art doll. And I don't even remember why I ended up making it in stop-motion. I really just wanted to make the doll. And then I think I had to do some sort of project. We weren't assigned anything for stop motion. Why did I end up doing this in stop motion? I don't know why. I don't know why I did it in stop motion. You saw that video? Yeah, I think it might still be up. I'm not sure anymore. Crotangu bird mech. There you go. Yeah, I've done one art doll before, and I just really wanted to make the art doll. But there was definitely no... Why did I end up making a there must have been some assignment where it must have had, like, enough freedom to allow me to, to allow me to do that. IRIAM keeps freezing? Ah! I'm sorry to hear that. I took it down? Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what my YouTube channel is anymore. I'm still trying to figure out what its focus is, so I probably just wanted to keep its focus. Wait, is it freezing? Is it freezing for you guys too? It's not freezing on my end, so I have no way of knowing. IRIAM, please. Please don't do anything weird. Come on. It should be OBS doing things weird. It's still up? Okay. I didn't think I removed it. It's the place we watch Faith Fox Lady. You guys are very sweet. Blank says, in Germany, we have a famous YouTuber who owns a Klemmbaustein store, German brand neutral term for Lego. He's an icon and constantly demonstrating how much better Lego alternatives are nowadays. Interesting, interesting. Don't say you're sweet? No, why not? Bunch of cute bunnies. It forces my hand. Oh, fair. Ah! Oh, okay, okay. You guys... Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh my gosh. The other day somebody was asking me if I ever had the what is it? The happy bunny merch before, and I'm like, no, I would never have that. That's like, it's so mean, it's so rude. And then here are the stargazers being like, yes, this is us, believe us. Feel the same? Back before I started VTubing, I used to make short creepy videos. Could have been very popular during the TikTok age. Yeah, possibly. I understand that feeling though. It's like, you know, wishing you had started things earlier. I definitely get where you're coming from there. But we gotta move forward and we gotta think about what we're doing with our time now, right? I mean, I could always, like, Vessa and I can always talk about how we were ready in 2019 for VTubing and didn't take advantage of it. I could always talk about how someone told me, like, hey, there's this app called TikTok and it's not just for dances. You know, we just gotta move on from that. Last stream all over again, I know, right? Creative Raven says Monster Hunter grind is so real. 3 weeks of grinding still hardly finished. Oh dear. I started making the short creepy videos way before the TikTok age, so why'd you stop then? It's an understandable feeling, but one that ultimately doesn't serve you. It just makes you miserable. Yeah, pretty much. And it's okay to commiserate a little bit with your friends ever so often, but, like, you can't let it prevent you from continuing to move forward to working. Because then you're just gonna compete with, you're gonna start comparing yourself with people who just started and already blew up, right? And there's always gonna be something to be upset about. Trust me. No worries, Blank, no worries. I was getting a little bit notoriety. It seemed redundant. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Wait. What? It was getting a little bit of notoriety, I'm guessing, but it seemed redundant that I'm doing the same thing over and over again. I'm confused. You felt that what you were making was redundant? You felt that what you're making is doing the same thing over and over? I mean, so that's why you stopped, because you got tired of it because it was redundant. So you didn't enjoy doing it eventually. So you wouldn't have continued doing it because you didn't enjoy doing it. It wouldn't have done any good to force yourself, because if you had forced yourself, you would have been in the same situation as the live streamers who hate the games that they have to play because they're now only known for that game, right? It would not shock me if Ninja probably hates Fortnite by now. So you don't want to force yourself into a situation where you're so boxed in that you're doing something that you dislike completely. Just because it was getting a little bit of attention, the more important thing is, did you have fun making it and could you have made it long term? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't feel bad about having switched things around. Also, Kenneth, hello, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. But yeah, you really gotta figure out what you actually enjoy doing as well. So, like again, going back to my chart, I have a whole column of what is the enjoyment and satisfaction score of it. Do I really enjoy doing it? Is it fast money but I really don't like doing it? Is it something I haven't tried but probably would like doing? Like, what is that? Can I see myself doing it long term? Like, for example, I do some really big paintings for a client sometimes. And, do I enjoy it? Yes, I very much enjoy it because I can show off a lot of skill and it's very satisfying to me to show off a big amount of work. It's also the longest time-taking piece I make. But it also generates the most income. So you have to weigh those kind of things. Bessa says maybe Talon gets scared away when the stuff starts getting attention, like an anxiety thing. That's possible. That's possible too. There's kind of this, you guys know that there's fear of failure, right? You know that there's also fear of success. There's also fear of success. There are definitely valid fears to thinking that you have trapped yourself in a way. And sometimes the fear of success also comes from numbers getting so high that you don't really know how to handle it. Or you have the success and you're afraid that it's going to somehow crumble from under you, right? It's like the only one game thing? Yeah, kinda. Also, hello, Ramon. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. So I think that there's something important to say for that. That, you know, if you're afraid of things doing well and then boxing yourself in, you know, you might have run away for that reason. Not at all. Had a healthy ego where I didn't really care at all what I'm getting attention. I enjoyed what it was I was making. I was starting to get repetitive, so that's why I stopped. Yeah, self-sabotage to avoid failing, exactly. But, okay, Talon says that's not the case. It was just starting to get repetitive. Okay. It was starting to get repetitive. So, in that case, it's more of a matter of balance. Like even I were just saying, right? It's the one game thing. If you only play one game on stream and you build your entire audience around that one game, then you feel like you can't change because then your audience is going to go away because they're not there for you, they're there for the game. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting in a way. A lot of people say, you know, you can't succeed as a variety streamer, right? Variety streamers don't succeed because there's nothing to hold on to, because a lot of people aren't really good at doing variety, blah, 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 blah. And the most successful streamers who stream one game, the main thing that they think is, oh my god, I wish I could be a variety streamer. It's kind of weird in that way, right? The reason I'm saying that is because I've always heard, like, you know, because I always try to learn about content creation from a mentor. And I always ask them a lot of things. And I said, like, you know, hey, I've always been told that you shouldn't go for variety, you shouldn't be a variety streamer, it's not good to go for variety, you can't grow in variety. And then they were like, well, in most cases, yeah, but sometimes you need variety to not go crazy, and sometimes you really need the, where was I going with that? GT Pro Gaming, hello, welcome in, and hello. For anyone who stopped in, hello, my name is Starlight, I'm a Prismatic Kitsune, hope you're doing well today, happy Wednesday. Where was I going with that? Lost my train of thought. I just lost my train of thought. Yeah, it went off the rails. Having to switch up is good for motivation, yeah. So, okay, yeah. Switching up is definitely good for motivation, and I have always been told that variety is not a good thing. So, it's interesting because I was talking to someone and they're like, you know, variety usually is not a good thing for most people because they get sidetracked, they can't really stick with one thing, and they can't really build up anything. But, you know, you could end up being good at variety depending on how you go about it, right? So, that's more... That goes more into my whole thing about brand being so important, right? If you brand yourself as yourself instead of as the content, then you have more of an ability to go variety. There's one really great example of a variety streamer who blew up recently. I forget his name. He's the larger redhead. I think Iron Mouse has talked about him before. He won the streamer award instead of Pecora. Who am I? Yeah, Queso. Exactly. Thank you. He's a really, really great example of being a variety streamer because he didn't focus on any one game or any one piece of content. He wanted to be himself. He wanted to have fun. He wanted to do things that were enjoyable for his community, and that came first and foremost. So, yeah, you're gonna get tired of being a content creator in general, but you're not gonna feel as burnt out as being stuck in a particular genre or particular game or something like that, right? You're bringing yourself to the stream and not the gameplay content. Exactly, Eve, exactly. Ari, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Nice to see you, nice to see you. But yeah, no, that's exactly it. It's like, you want to think about your brand, and then the thing that you like doing. How's it going? It's going well. We're having a little bit of like an art talk, brand talk, content talk today. We're sort of talking about like, you know, what you need to focus on with content, or, you know, how to not get trapped. That's one tip I'll say, so the best way to bring people in is to be yourself. Yeah, true. I think that when people say you have to be yourself, I do agree with it, but I do think you have to take it with a grain of salt. Because sometimes people don't really take the advice the best way they could. If you just say, be yourself, you're gonna get a lot of people who just, like, sit and play the game with their mouth open and not talking to chat and just being like, I'm doing what I want, I'm being myself. And it's like, no, that's not what it means. That's not what it means. You still have to put in effort to be an entertainer. Do you feel happier now that you mix gaming into the stream schedule with art? Because that would be a good example to talk about. Yeah, you're right. That would be a good example. Also, GT Pro, thank you very much for following. Thank you. Blank says, aren't all really big streamers variety ones? At least the ones I know. They have things they're known for, but they still do a lot of stuff. It's a mix, I would say. I like, someone like Iron Mouse, right? Pure variety. KCO, very much variety. Miskiv, I think, is known for some very specific, or no, not Miskiv, XQC. It's in their, like, one specific game they got known for, because they were faceless for a long time, if I'm thinking of the right person. I don't actually know the big Twitch streamers too well, so I might be really mixing up names. I do think you're right that some very big ones are variety, but there are also some majorly big ones, just not like top of the food chain, who are pretty much just known for like being really good at one game. Lillian, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, okay, so Vessa brings up a good point. Gaming, right? So, I was not a variety streamer in the beginning whatsoever. I started VTubing with the intent of showing off that I made different types of art. I actually started VTubing because I was trying to sell stickers and stationery. And, like, I wanted to be a surface pattern artist, and, I wanted to present myself in my Fox form to do it. I didn't actually intend to be a streamer, quote-unquote. I just thought, like, I'll just stream my art process. And then, I wasn't really sure how to, I wasn't really sure, like, how to actually present myself, so then I learned, I watched some YouTube videos. I ended up starting to join a community of VTubers, and learning more about VTubing as a whole, and then learning more about streaming as a whole. And I had no experience with this, and I didn't know anything about Twitch, and I didn't really know anything about the streaming world, because, fun facts, before I was on Twitch and YouTube and IRIAM and all that, the only streaming I had done was on a live stream, was on a website called livestream.com. I don't even think it's around anymore. And it was just so like, hey, my friends talk to me a lot when I need to get art done, so I'll stream so that I can chit-chat with them while doing the art. Then I learned that that is also kind of impossible, and then I learned about the whole streaming community, and then, yeah. What's a surface pattern artist? Surface pattern is essentially things like, wallpaper, fabric design, like anything that you can print on textile, exactly, right? So, yeah, blankets, pillowcases, embroidery file, printed napkins, wrapping paper. It's like all the, yeah, texture stuff. Texture art, cutesy art, things for like home decor, stationery, that kind of thing. And there's a huge community for it. And it's mostly run by, middle-aged women in most cases. It's art that deals with physical items. Yeah, it's like very commercial and very like always serving a purpose type of deal. Planners, mainly like anything that you can print on something. So, planners, fabric, greeting cards, that kind of thing. And I wanted to stand out. I wanted to do it, and I wanted to stand out. Hallmark, thank you, Eve, perfect. Everything sold in Hallmark, exactly. I wanted to stand out as sort of, you know, the fox that sells this stuff. Because I had done these shows and everything, or I hadn't done them, I had attended them. And I was like, man, all these people look the same, and the art style looks the same, and everything feels the same. I'm gonna be different. And, I wanted to be the fox that sold your stickers. And then I was not, I did not really succeed in that, but I learned about VTubing, I learned about the VTuber community, I learned about, you know, all the tech that goes with it, with that, and I joined this community, and, you know, things kept spiraling from there. I've only done one show, I just attended it as a guest one time just to see what it was all like, and, I noticed that VTubing was, like, very, very, very heavily anime. And I'm like, wait a minute. People need anime art, and it's not for a Japanese video game company. I could draw anime for work? I could maybe do this? Because before, I was in the furry fandom, I was drawing a lot of animals, and because I was drawing a lot of animals, I could do a lot of surface pattern of, like, you know, cute Barnard animals and all that stuff. Cute fantasy animals. And I still like doing animals, but I'm like, oh, I could also draw people. I could draw anime people. The thing I was told to never draw. If you made a wrapping paper with your model, I'd buy it in a heartbeat. Oh, thank you. You could do that, or do this, or do whatever you feel like doing. I really like the direction I'm going now. It's just, I need to get the stability down. That's the main thing. I really like drawing, anime. I really like drawing fantasy. I could go back to doing more furry stuff. I think my furry side of my portfolio is a little bit weak right now. But what do you mean by stability? Well, I'm not working for a corporation. I'm a freelance artist. So I currently don't have a lot of stability on the freelance art side, so, I am working on trying to find ways to have, like, you know, passive income, like emotes and stuff. Ari, that is definitely not my direction, personally. That kinda hurts me. But, yeah. People are gonna do what they're gonna do. Personally, like whimsical dark fantasy, like Dark Crystal, where it blends spooky with whimsy. Yeah, that's always interesting. That's one of the reasons I was scared of it, but I was intrigued with it, is, what's it called? It's not Labyrinth, Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth, kind of the same thing, like, very spooky, dark, but also very intriguing. It's the only thing I can afford. There's a lot of free ways to do VTubing these days, more so than there ever has been. VRoid is free, there's a lot of pre-made, live 2D models, there's a lot of pre-made PNG tubers, and there's a lot of free PNG tubers using a website like PicCrew. I was wondering if the Crow PNG model has that direction so far? I would say so, yeah. If you wanted to go really, like, if you wanted to go creepy, then you would be playing with shape language. Very common creepy shape language is anything that's really big and heavy feeling, or very, very lanky. Like, again, going back to Pan's Labyrinth, right? Like, the guy with the crazy, hands. He has that very lanky look that gives it that creepy vibe, or, like, Slenderman is a good example of that, or what's the one that, people made so many creepypastas about this thing. It was like a traffic light or something. It was like a big walking traffic light. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I remember seeing pictures of it a lot. Or yeah, thank you. The siren head thing. Yeah. Thank you. Having an expensive model isn't something you need. Yeah, exactly. Actually, better to not start off with expensive, because you might actually end up hating the whole thing. Fun fact, their Pan's Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal are made by the same director. Oh, is it both Guillermo del Toro? No? I didn't think they were the same? I'm confused now. But yeah, basically, like, if you want There's 2 ways to go creepy. Or, actually, I'd say there's 3 ways to go creepy. Dark Crystal was Jim Henson. Okay, yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense. And Frank Oz. Okay. If anyone would know, it's Lillian, right? I think there's 3 ways to go in terms of creepy factor. I think one is, obfuscation. So, like, what Blank does, right? Blank has, like, the mask with the shadows and sort of the very nondescript, kind of don't really know what's going on, kind of amorphous forms, right? That's a way of doing something that's freaky. Then you've got, like, immediate danger. So that's something, like, very big, very heavy, very monstrous, very large. Something that can come at you very quickly, that's very hard to escape from. And then you have intriguing but scary, and that usually tends to be very thin, very slender, which has elements of elegance, but also danger, because it tends to be very, very sharp. I trust Lillian on these topics. Yeah, exactly, I agree. Blank says Guy from Pan's Labyrinth is the Pale Man, the fey creature embodiment of... Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I'm not gonna say that out loud. Good to know. But no, if you think about the, M-Yun, why do you, what? M-Yun on YouTube says, do bippity boppity boo on me, turn me into a princess, spray pixie dust on me. I am not that kind of magician. Trust the scary spider lady, exactly. Yes, Lillian's a scary spider lady. Nice spider lady, just don't ask to come over for dinner. Which, funny enough, don't ask Lady Red to come over for dinner either. If the topic is spooky and Lillian says she knows it, I don't question it at all. Yeah, same. Blank says, the Pale Man can only see a thing as it reaches out to grasp and consume it. Oh, interesting. Interesting concept. I wonder if that was, like, the director's intent or more, like, fan theory stuff. But yeah, I think that's something, like, I can't handle spooky things. You guys know I can't handle spooky things. But I do think that I understand the character design and shape language of spooky things, which does come in handy when you're doing design work for other people, right? Like, I helped Kaku with her next form, which is sort of like this, more spooky, deviation from her nicer, more cute, like, magical girl outfit. And we worked a lot with things that were, like, sharp, slender, darker color scheme, and a lot of it really has this, like, holy feeling of, like almost like a god, right? This kind of idea of this, eldritch being that is kind of, that has these thin, sharp, clawed fingers. Alien divinity, yeah. And the, she has, like, these sharp horns that she's always had, but we sort of emphasize the horns a little bit. It's very Be Not Afraid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it has this idea, and when I made her panels, I wanted this feeling of this character who almost felt like a little bit weightless, right? I have this one panel where she has her arms outstretched and her feet are together, and she has this almost, like, holy angel look to her. For Kaku, it's more like Be Very Afraid, yeah. And then she has one panel where she has her long, tender, claws, and she's holding, she has, like, people on, like, puppets on a string type of deal, and she's watching over them and looking down at them. And then we have, like, this really cute panel, and it's more funny, than anything, but she's got, like, the world in her hands. Like, literally, she's holding the world in her hands, and then the other planets are surrounding her, and you've got this idea of this colossal figure who is just consuming the cosmos. I had a lot of fun working with Kaku on that one. But basically, what I'm getting at is that a lot of her design elements were very sharp and thin and somewhat tendril-like too. She has this armor on her, and each piece is either very, very sharp or very, very thin. It started with magical girl-like outfit to horns and whirled in the hands with tendrils. Yeah, basically. Yeah, she's got like these sharp she's got these sharp claws that kind of have like okay, you know that, you know, it's usually associated with a demon design, so I apologize. But you know that typical demon design where like the hands are like skin and then the hands are like a fade to black, like charcoal, like pitch black? We did that, but then instead of it being pitch black, it's galaxy. Is Kaku an eldritch magical girl VTuber? I guess so. So we've got like the scary black hands with the really, really long fingers and those sharp claws, and then we made those into a galaxy motif instead. Vessa doesn't like demons. Vessa's very against demons. But I work with both demons and angels, so... Blank said, in regards to the Pale Man, he said so himself, these are Pale Man times. Oh, interesting, interesting. Doom guy but cuter. Tengu are bird demons? No, Tengu are yokai, right? I mean, yokai is not necessarily a demon. Right? Is yokai is not always classified as demon, are they? Blank says, to me, the scariest design are always the extremely mundane, yet very quietly unnerving. Oh, like a China doll type of deal? Yokai are malicious spirits? Not always. I'm a yokai. I'm not malicious. Even demons aren't necessarily demons, depending on lineage. Yeah. They aren't always spirits either, true. It's kind of it's a weird classification. But yeah, no, they're not necessarily malicious. I'm a yokai, but I'm not malicious. If I was malicious yokai, I wouldn't be a kitsune, I'd be a nogitsune, which is field fox. I'm not a field fox. I'm closer to Tenko than anything. You've yet to meet a Kappa? Have I seen a Kappa VTuber yet? I can't recall. Something that is trying very hard to seem unassuming? That definitely does feel like it would be a China doll. I don't know. Vesta says there's 3 different words for monster in Japanese, each with subtle differences. Yokai is one of them. There's yokai and Yurei is ghost, right? Is that one of the 3? What is the third one? Because I think I only know of yokai and Yurei. If I ever meet a cop, I'll use their head as a salsa tipping bowl. Oh my gosh, Lillian. You're terrible. Yokai, bakemono, and kaiju. Wait. Okay, so Yurei is not included. Kaiju is basically giant monster. Which one's bakemono? Bakemono. Why don't I know that? I've heard it, I just don't know what the classification is. That is not what I wanted. Shapeshifter, monster, or ghost depending on context. Literally, the term means a thing that changes. I'm confused then. Bakemono is like more of a Western monster. Think Resident Evil, Stranger Things, and Cryptids. Ah, interesting. Okay. Stuff you shoot in games, oh my gosh. Okay, so... Western monster, Resident Evil, Stranger Things, and Cryptid. Okay. But it's not necessarily only for shapeshifter, right? Because I know that Kitsune have shapeshifting ability. I've also heard the term Ayakashi in yokai context. I couldn't tell you the difference. That's fair. Yeah, because there are a lot of yokai that can also take on different forms as well. But I don't think I would classify under both labels. Like I said, the language is very nuanced. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that I know it. Yokai is a lot broader of a term. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So these are more like, yokai is kind of the umbrella, essentially, and then everything else is sort of the nuance underneath. I think Kitsune are my favorite yokai. Well, thank you, Dual Thrones. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that I fully know all the nuance, you know? It's like, you guys aren't necessarily... you guys aren't necessarily, purely in knowledge of the Homo sapien species either, right? You guys aren't necessarily, anthropologists. I have a design question. Would you say that the current PNG that I'm making is better than the other one? Talon, I'm gonna be completely honest. You have gone through so many different designs and PNGs that I can't exactly remember which is which. Talon had one design that I don't think ever saw the light of day, that I ended up drawing into the class photo, and I don't think anybody knew who it was, because I don't think Talon ever shown it. It's just for Monster, I think? Ah, okay. You hop too much. All the stargazers hop. Blank says the house or the proportions seem to shift ever so slightly each time you look away. Oh, okay. So Blank, you're basically describing my experience with Stanley Parable then. Talon was in the class photo. Exactly. Exactly. What is the class photo? So, in one of the other communities that I'm in, a lot of people, were part of the community, and the person who runs the community wanted me to draw everybody into a class picture, and everyone had to submit PNGs for it. And generally, everybody knew who everybody was, except at the last minute, Talon said, "Oh, Star, don't draw what I look like now, draw this, because this is my rebrand." And I said, okay, sounds good. And then the rebrand never happened, and then I drew this design, and now no one knows who Talon is. Perfect timing, Dual Thrones! Blank says sunflowers? Sunflowers are scary as heck? Wait, why sunflowers? Because they have too many seeds? Is the seeds unnerving? You think they're all like eyes or something? Charming Falcon says I missed Stanley Parable playthrough. I'm sure that was fun to watch. I meant... Charming Falcon, if you're ever curious, Vessa and Eve took so many clips. Yeah, a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, I still think about it. It still kind of like messes with my it still messes with me because like it is a game, but when I think about it, it didn't feel like I was playing a game, if that makes sense. I had to leave so I couldn't keep streaming. Had to go to my stream. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Do what you need to do. But yeah, it still kind of messes with me a little bit when I think about it. Like, it was, I was playing a game, but it I don't know, man. Also, I forgot to say, Dual Thrones, congrats on the star. Down says, didn't know myself at the time, now I know I'm a bird folk. Back then I grew up in a feathered dragon family. Yeah, that's fair, you guys kind of related anyway. I feel like that's a fantastic game for you to play. I only lost my mind a few dozen times. Wait, what did Lillian say? What did I miss from Lillian? Yeah, no. Villain arc starts when I had to pull the master spoon from the stone. You guys love that moment so much we ended up turning it into an emote. I still can't believe you wanted that for an emote. You think I'd like Portal? I have played Portal. I have played Portal. Well, okay. Actually, scratch that. Reverse it. I played co-op Portal. I've played co-op Portal. I've never fully played through Portal in its entirety. But I do have it. If that's ever something that we want to dive into. I have played it. I brain guided us to victory, yeah. I've only ever played Portal, co-op twice, but I've never actually played the actual game of Portal. Yeah, you got so many clips from that stream, it's not even funny. If you guys are curious about those clips, if you're in the Discord, or if you haven't joined the Discord, want to consider joining the Discord, you get to the Discord to my YouTube channel, but, there's a clips channel, and you can basically see that even Vessa went wild on the clips. Talon says, kind of weird. Sometimes the species lay eggs onto the unsuspecting feathered dragon nest so they can take care of the eggs instead. What kind of... That's kind of like the opposite of a kookaburra. Wait, is it the... No, not a kookaburra. A cuckoo bird. Because a cuckoo bird is an invasive species, and they will lay eggs in others' nests, and then the babies will, like, kick the others out of the nest. You're not doing that, right? For Starlight and only for Starlight, the cake is not a lie. I do at least know the references. I do at least know some of the references. Talon is the cuckoo bird. It kind of sounds like it, honestly. There's a spoon emote? There's going to be. There's gotta be. I have a sketch of Hamstar with the master spoon, because some of you guys ended up liking it too much. Cuckoo, brown cowbird, and some others. I'm sure there's multiple, yeah. You always thought they were your siblings, so you didn't do that? Is that specific to you, or to your species? Are you just, like, the cuckoo bird that is not destroying others? Do the spoon emote first, we need it soonerist. Why do you guys need it? What purpose would it serve? Like, in what situation are you going to use this emote? Not common, but sometimes it happens. Funny? Okay, but like, when is this going to get used? Is that a threat? Is that a threat to do the emote faster? Yeah. I see your point. You'll see it a lot, I'm sure. If I spend the time on it, I better. What does that even mean, Lillian? I don't, what does that even... Eve, what have I done to you? What did I do to you? Don't question it. I think I should question it. I think anyone would question being hit in the head with a bat. We'll use the emote when you do another Vulpine 404 error. Thrice even. I'm saving my ammo for the 25th. Oh dear, I'm scared. An ancient meme about a translation from Final Fantasy II? Spoony just means silly. Interesting. I did not know this. Don't question how we use it. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Oh my goodness gracious. I will work on the spoon emote for you guys, I suppose. I need to figure out, like, how we're going to... I need to figure out how we're going to divvy the emotes, because, first of all, we have so many. Second of all, I think it's something I should probably only do on stream, because otherwise I'm not doing my, like, ode things. Or maybe I'll do some night streams where it's, like, not on YouTube or Twitch, but just like, hey, I'm not gonna be chit-chatting too much, but if you want to be seeing the emote being made, you can come in and, like, leave and go as you please. Here's how we divvy, I get them all. Wait, that's not how that works. But one thing that I'm thinking is, I'm curious what you guys think about this, because it kind of changes, potentially changes, I'm not entirely sure yet, kind of changes, how I end up making these. Or how big my file size is, let's say. I was thinking about something, how do I start? I was thinking about all the emotes, and I was thinking about, like, okay, why am I making all these emotes? And this is gonna take a long time to make all these emotes, and it's just gonna be a Discord or Twitch thing, I don't know, blah blah blah. And I was looking at some people who also made pre-made emotes, and then I realized some of them turn the emotes into physical stickers. So I don't know, I was thinking about that. I was like, wait, that's another use case. It's like, it's absolutely something that only, like, it's very, very community-based. No one else is gonna want, like, ham star spoon sticker. But I was thinking, like, oh, wait a minute. I could have this on, like, fourth wall or something. I could make these into stickers in some form. So that determines how large the emote file ends up being, because I don't know how big it needs to be to be a sticker. But I'm just like, I could make these into stickers, and then they have more purpose to them. Pretty sure the word spoonie is inspired by a person. That's a whole rabbit hole of its own. Fair enough. We can raid the off-Kai IRIAM booth and spoon sticker it. Oh my gosh, Eve. Are you going to be at off-Kai? I don't think I'm going to... I don't think I can afford off-Kai, unfortunately. But I think I still want to try to do the IRIAM-based events. Rusty Spoon sticker? No, Master Spoon. They announced the date too late. That's fair. That's definitely fair. I think it's a lot of a trial and error type of thing, right? Oh, I would love to go someday. I don't think it's in the cards for me this year, but I'm hoping to at some point. I'd really love to be able to, like, I don't know. I'd love to be able to hang out sometime. What the off-Kai thing of which you speak? The only convention that entirely focuses on VTubers. It's too spoon for convention appearances. Oh my gosh, Lillian. I'm hoping next year? Yeah, same. Depending on the finances. Travel's expensive. I was gonna cosplay myself. I love that. I would love to do something like that too. Dual Thrones, thank you for the headbats. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Ah! Talon? What? I was not expecting that from you. Excuse you, Talon. Hey! Why are you guys working together for this? Excuse me. What is the yay thing? I've never seen the yay thing. Where did this come from? What has gotten into you guys? You're wild. I've never seen the yay one. That's so cute. What the heck? But also, Talon, excuse you. I took the opportunity to get you off guard after Dual Thrones had bat you. I mean, fair, you did. I was not expecting that at all. Their competition is seeing who can beat you up the best. Oh my gosh. Eve is on a villain arc. That's the thing. Eve is not on a villain arc. Eve is like... Eve goes back and forth. Eve is like a swinging pendulum. It's not new. It's just not something stargazers usually gravitate towards. Oh, okay. I've never seen it. Aw. Chaotic neutral, yeah, but like also both ends of the both ends of the pendulum swinging. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. You guys are crazy. What was I talking about? I feel like I was saying something important before. Stickers. Off-Kai. Both of those things, yes. I don't think I will be able to attend Off-Kai, but I still think it would be cool if we get ourselves on a flyer. I think that would be cool. Off-Kai stickers and affordability. Affordability. What was I saying about affordability? I don't remember. Oh, plane tickets are expensive. That's one thing. But yeah, stickers. Stickers are something that I think could be really cool because I am, like, I used to sell stickers at one point, and I've since, like, not really enjoyed actually shipping out stickers. But there's this website called Fourth Wall, and it allows you to make and produce your own merch. And I'm sure that the cut isn't as good or whatever, but it would be a good way that I could find some way of making physical merch for you guys. And if I'm going to be making the emotes anyway, I might as well create a form in multiple ways, I guess. I don't know. But I think that it would be interesting if we're already making the art for them. So the only consideration then is trying to figure out, like, how big to actually make the emote. Because, I don't know, stickers apparently need a large canvas or something. And you guys know that we put 40 emotes on a canvas. Because we ended up adding an extra line. So it's something I'm still trying to figure out, because I noticed that there's a lot of people who do, like, you know, generic cute pre-made stuff, like Etsy stuff. There's someone who will do, like, a set of bunny emotes or whatever, and it's, like, very cute, very generic, very fun. And then they'll have, like, a set of bunny emote stickers, and I'm like, oh, okay, that would be fun. And I don't know, it's like, it's something where it's like, oh, this could be a nice way for you to do sticker stuff. And then I figured, okay, no one on Etsy is gonna care about a sticker of myself or Prism, but maybe I could offer it to community members. I don't know. I was just figuring, if we already had the art. 800 by 800 is standard? I see most people doing 500, but I might end up having to do 800 if it's needed for emote stuff. So right now I'm asking people in various communities. I haven't gotten an answer yet, but I'm saying, like, hey, if anyone does this, what size do you make the emote for printing? The 40 emote thieves. 42, actually. Perfect 42 right there. I'll do my best to get you on it. I think it'll be fun. You guys, we don't have to go crazy. I don't want anyone to go crazy. Because I don't know what any future IRIAM events are planned. I really don't know. I don't know if they have, like, other concepts in mind that are, like, different or something. So I don't want to go crazy with any of it. I just want to, like, make it fairly casual, have fun. If we could get on it, that would be cool. If we can't, that's okay too. Better yet, have Starlight practice doing Yoshi story intro song in Yoshi voice. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't want it to be too crazy though, because I don't know, there might be future events that we want to try for. It's not as likely, but you never know. So I think we don't have to be super crazy, but if we want to try a little bit, then it might be fun. Hello, Mockingbird. Welcome in. Yoshi Story intro song, you didn't know what that is? It's the one from N64? I mean, I know what it is, I'm not gonna sing it. What day does it start? What did, I think Charming Falcon said the 25th? Or something? I should be better on that. 24th? I should know, shouldn't I? Monday? Okay, it does start on one of our days, that's interesting. Maybe? I don't know. I should know this ahead of time, but I don't. Shows how prepared I am. Look, I'm still trying to learn how to use schedules. Have you noticed that I started using schedules? I forgot what it was. There was something else, where somebody was like, why don't you know about this? And I'm like, that's why I learned how to have a schedule. One of our days you stream 5 days a week, but I only stream them for 3 on IRIAM. Let's see here. There's another, so many founding streamers, my goodness. Where is it? This is all about stars, stars, stars. Many stars. Thank you for tapping the stars. I appreciate it. We're helping all the founding streamers with the stars. Oh my gosh, why is it so... Is it here? 25th. 25th to 31st. So that is on Tuesday. So we're not gonna be on the first day, because I don't stream on Tuesdays. So we're gonna be on the second Wednesday and Friday and Monday. Okay, we can do it for 3 days. When you joined IRIAM, did you contract for streaming a certain amount of days a week? Not a certain amount of days, no. But there are you know things in the contracts and stuff. But no certain amount of days. I wanted to be able to still stream on the Twitch and YouTube end as well. Which, because you know, I like I do like streaming games. I think we were talking about that before. And I don't think I ever really got around to it, but I really do like streaming games and just like stepping away a little bit from art, stepping away a little bit from just chatting. I feel like games are something where I can kind of explore a side of myself that I normally don't get to. Where it really feels like I can bring in the fantasy side of VTubing closer. And I usually don't get to do that. So, I've been enjoying it so far. It's been a learning journey. I've learned kind of what I do like and what I don't like, and I'm still trying to figure out how to, like, keep up with chat while playing games, or if you guys say that I don't have to because it's more intense. But I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, Hamtaro and Stanley Parable. We did play some demos, and we did play Infinity Nikki, and we did play, Pinball. Pokemon Pinball. That was fun. Lillian, what the heck? No, but, yeah, I guess I kind of turned variety streamer. This is what I was talking about, right? Is I turned into a variety streamer, but I had no intent on being a variety streamer, because I was just going to be using streaming as, like, my way of promoting surface pattern stuff, and then I learned all about, like, VTubing and everything. And then I learned what I wanted more was basically being able to be a VTuber, form a community, and sort of like have this world that we could explore together. And if that involves a little bit of game and storytelling, a little bit of art, and a little bit of chatting with you guys, then, you know, that's what's been making me happy so far. I like having the variety. For those of you who have not heard the story yet, I did a lot of art in the beginning. Like, I only did art for streaming. And eventually I developed a little bit of carpal tunnel. And for a solid month or 2, month and a half, I don't know, long time, I couldn't do any art at all. And it killed me. It was not good. It really, really, like, mentally messed me up. And that's kind of when the whole thing with IRIAM came around. There was a little bit of an overlap in a way. And I was like, you know what? I need to do this because I need to not just be an art streamer. I need to build my own brand. I need to be able to do something that doesn't require drawing. I need to, like, you know, I need to be able to chat with people or do just chatting or something, try something new in that field. And then I was thinking about games, and I was like, you know what? It's not as easy to chit-chat while doing art, and it's not as, you know, visually interesting, but I see so many people who are doing game streams, and they're just, like, they're not, like, very engaging to watch, right? And I would look at them, and I'd be like, oh, man, I would do this, I would do that, I would do blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, I kind of want to just try it. I kind of want to just do it. I play games, like, off-stream, and I was kind of like, I want to see what it would be like to play a game on stream and, like, really, really get into it, you know? Because the main thing for me is, I really, really love the fantasy side of VTubing. I really love the immersive side of VTubing. So to me, games are basically telling stories and stepping into that world, right? Stepping into that other world, taking on the role of another person. And that's why I feel like I really, really enjoyed the game element so far. You seem to have fun playing games too, Next Fest demos aside. Yeah, the Next Fest were hit and misses. That's why no keyboard for games? Exactly, Eve, yeah. I can't do anything, I mean, I can type on a keyboard, but I can't do, like, really intense keyboard stuff. And I also have I don't use a regular mouse, I use a vertical mouse. And vertical mice are not good for games. They are intentionally heavier and slowed down. And on a sec, make sure I catch everything here. Stop motion of the VTuber character? Have a nature documentary? You could try. Was that from the time you tried to do the MS Paint, or was it something else? I do think MS Paint did contribute a lot to it, actually. I think the MS Paint, I think it was the speed painting. I think it was the, it wasn't so much the MS Paint, it was the speed challenges. I used to do a lot of, like, speed art for points. So, like, you know, 1,000 channel points, right? Like Twitch channel points. And I would do, like, I have to draw this in 5 minutes or whatever. And I think I would do so many of those that I think that is what sort of contributed to it the most. What is a vertical mouse? Is it attached to a wall? No. No, it's like, so you know how when you're holding a mouse, it's fairly flat, and you, like, have your hand over it, essentially? A vertical mouse, puts your hand in the position of a handshake. So, it's tall, and you grab it as if you're, like, shaking somebody's hand, and it's supposed to, put your hand in a more natural position. I don't know much about carpal tunnel. Does it get better over time? If you catch it early enough, yeah. I luckily was able to avoid anything that would have been worse. And it is something where once you have it, it can flare up if you're not careful. Star forced me to get one when I said work was hurting my hand. Yeah, I really do recommend it to everybody. If anyone's ever thinking about it, I have an affiliate link. No, but I genuinely vouch for it. If people at work, if people say that their hands are hurting every time they're, like, at their desk, then having a vertical mouse can make a huge, huge difference. Granted, you probably want to keep both if you do gaming with a mouse and need, like, the fast movement every once in a while, but for stuff like office work where you don't need the crazy mouse speed, I do think it's a very, very useful tool. It seems so strange I need to look at it. Also, affiliate link. Yeah, I have an Amazon affiliate stuff. I need one more sale to not lose the store. I don't really know how affiliate works. I'm still trying to, like, learn how it behaves, honestly. But what is it? I think I have, like, 2 months or something? I need to let people know I have an affiliate link. That would probably be the good first step. I will buy one to try how to access. I'll post affiliate link stuff in the Discord if you guys are curious about it. Vertical mouse and good wrist rest, yeah. I have a wrist rest of a fox paw, actually. We're on Discord, do I find this? I have not promoted it. I will need to promote it at some point. I need to, like, if I have an affiliate link, I should probably, like, let you guys know that I have it, right? Wouldn't that make sense? I'm not very good at that. Make affiliate link for shrimp food I can buy? I could do that. That's the thing. Like, I don't think it matters what you make the affiliate link of. I think it can be of anything. I don't know, if you guys are like, hey, I need to buy this thing on Amazon, I can be like, here's an affiliate link I just now made up. But a lot of times when people do affiliate links, they'll make certain categories because it's more based on, like, hey, if you're consuming my content, then you're probably also using the same stuff that I am, right? Keeping your wrist supported made mine go away almost completely. I did have to wear a brace. Did you have to wear a brace when you had it? I did, yeah. I did. it's been good in terms of, like, not flaring up again, but I definitely have to be careful. But because I was so scared of it, and because I was basically, like, I think the main thing was I was so scared because, art is what I do. Art is who I am. Art is basically very spiritually connected to my soul. It's kind of the only thing that I have. And when I realized that if I can't draw, that I don't really have much of anything else, that's when I had to take a step back and be like, okay, this is not healthy. This is not healthy to just entirely be the art fox, right? So that is when I looked into things like IRIAM, when I looked into things like game streaming, and I'm like, I can't just be a one-sided fox. I can't just, like, only be, one-dimensional. I can't be one-dimensional. We could request an affiliate link for something weird or defamatory just to embarrass you? What? Lillian, excuse you. Also, hello, Vine Fox. Welcome in, welcome in. And hello, Silent Chaos. Hello, hello. Art's pretty much the basic foundation to everything. Architecture, car modeling, engineering, etc. True. But it's more like, it was more like the basis to my reality. Hello, hello, Vine Fox. Welcome in, welcome in. I do have to, oh yeah, Vine Fox, I have to ask you something. I'm working on a Bakadoodle for Eve at some point. Probably gonna do it on stream, maybe off stream, I'm not really sure. I need some sort of visual stargazer form to connect with you. So if you have any ideas for a sort of stargazer look that you would like to hold, let me know, cause I need to put you into a Bakadoodle. But yeah, that's sort of like, that's kind of been the main thing, is, I just realized we haven't had music on this whole time. Or it's been really quiet, I don't know. It's just been very quiet. There we go. Paka Paka caught it. It was loud at the start. That's the thing, these songs all have different volumes and I have to keep adjusting it. There we go, this one's fine. But, blah, 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 blah. What was I saying? Has there been any Misty form yet? What do you mean Misty form? This is a chassis pop. Misty as in, like, Pokemon? Or, like, mist, like, water vapor? Like wind or a ghost? I don't think so. Not that I know of, anyway. I have, like, there's a generic one that's purple and kind of ghosty, but the generic ones shouldn't really, like, impact your desires and visuals. I've just seen a vertical mouse that's so strange looking. They are strange looking, aren't they? See-through stuff. Ah, interesting, interesting. One of the generic ones has, like, kind of a misty, ghostly tail, and is kind of ghost-themed. But, in terms of, like, general ghosts, I don't think so. Funny enough, I've actually made, Halloween stickers at one point, and one of the Halloween stickers was a ghosty rabbit. Is that kind of, like, the visual form that you would want to take, though? I mean, we can talk about this later in the Discord if that's easier as well. That might be easier. I don't know. It depends on what you would like. Should have made a were-rabbit? No, because that would be copyright infringement. Hang on a sec. Vine Fox, are you in the Discord? Are you under a different name in the Discord, maybe? Either way, like, I'm not gonna force you to join the Discord if you don't want to. But if you have any visual ideas, so I've got, like, the ghosty idea. Not yet, haven't done Discord yet. I won't force you. It's always open. If you ever want to join the Discord, we'd be happy to have you. But if not, then if you just want to, like, describe visual stuff, I can take notes on that too. And thank you, Vessa, for the very loud meow. Also, Pebble, hello, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I can definitely do something ghosty. If you've got like a, oh wait, no, it's in grayscale, isn't it? I can do something generically ghosty, or if you have any, like, visual symbols or motifs or anything that you would like me to add, I can do that too. Were Rabbit movie is unironically the best horror rabbit movie made. Yes, there are others. Well, yeah, there's definitely others. Stargazers are crazy determined to get you the achievement today? What do you mean the achievement? Do you mean with the stars? The stars help everybody. The stars are something where it's kind of like a raid boss. Imagine Divine Fox being voice of reason as a stargazer, so a stargazer with a monocle and a book. Ghostly is fine, I usually hide in the background. Okay. Ghost quartz from Oseki, no Kuni but Bunny. I'm fine with something sort of like more in the background. If you just want like a little bit of a ghosty form, I can do that. For future reference, do you have like a main color scheme? This particular piece is black and white, but I always sort of like to sort of know the visuals of stargazers whenever possible. 50k stars gets you an achievement? Oh? I think the whole thing is cumulative, no? I'm not entirely sure what you mean, but maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm not really sure how it works. 50k outside the event? Eh? Wait, what kind of achievement? Because haven't we had that before? I'm very confused. What is the 50k outside the event for the stars? What do I not know? What do the stargazers know that I don't? Orange and purple are kind of prime color? Okay. Alright, I can take note of that. So, like, maybe a ghostly purple with orange accents. Okay, I can definitely do something with that. If you have any specifics with it, that is cool, but if you'd rather just sort of, like, leave it to interpretation, that's totally fine, too. We mostly know things and stuff. Those are important. Things and stuff are very important. Yeah, I don't know anything about the 50k, though. All I know is that there's, like, the cumulative raid thing. Nope, that's the flyer stuff. What is the 50k thing? I clicked on the Suki, it tells me you have 19 stars until you have an achievement. Oh. Oh, is that among all the founding streamers, maybe? Maybe that's cumulative, too. So, the Shirasu right here, that's what you mean, right? Specifically me, really? I don't want to, like, accidentally end the stream by clicking this. Hang on a sec. Alright, if this ends the stream, I super apologize. Please don't do anything stupid. Please, please, please don't do anything stupid. I don't know what any of that means. Why can't I check this later? Wait. I don't know what any of this means. I'm screenshotting to look at it later because I don't know what it means. I'll have to look at it when I'm, like, not in the middle of streaming, right? That's the thing, like, there's no way for me to check these things after, from what I know, but it's like, okay. And then you get, like, one of the items that are exclusive? I think those are the cumulative ones, right? Like, the Let's Go Offkai stuff? Yeah, confusion. I don't know. I don't know. But we have multiple events, multiple times that we can do this, right? Some people go crazy with the stars, though. I think I've only ever had, like, 50k top in a stream before. Or maybe more, because I think one person did 50k. And then I've seen... then I've seen some that get, like, 300k, and I'm like, excuse me? How do you guys do that? What is that? I never try to force it too heavily, though, because last time there was some event where someone had that much, they said that their hands started hurting, and I felt really bad because we just talked about carpal stuff, so we've gone crazy with hype. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me, but we're at 16K, which is crazy too. I did do this one event one time where I specifically made it very star focused, and I said that I would be drawing another IRIAM founding streamer for every 10K and then 20K in color, and then every single time it got to 20K in color. But then people were saying that, like, you can't chat and tap stars, so you have to kind of pick one or the other. And I kind of really like talking to you guys, so... Too late, I live in there, the star mines. What did we hit the crazy hype and gifts for? I don't remember. Wait, what, huh? What did we hit the crazy hype and gifts for? I don't remember. A few weeks ago. Oh, with the one that actually was, like, that had a leaderboard? I think that was for the winter background. If I'm thinking of the same thing you are, we were, like, actually at the top for a little bit, I think that was for the winter background. And then people started telling me that it was too late to use the winter background, so I moved to the galaxy one, but if we still have the winter background in the winter, I would like to use the winter background. And then there were a lot of streams where people would tell me, and then I was just like, I want to use it anyway. The 5K, oh! What was... I'm trying to remember that now. See, my thing is, like, I don't... That was a stream after the Rome stream. What was the... Was that Valentine's? I think that was Valentine's. I think you guys just went crazy on Valentine's. Which I still very, very much appreciate. You said come spend time with you? I did, yeah. We were all like, oh. It's because my wife had made cookies. That is still so sweet. I love that so much. Posted a screenshot in Discord in Celestial Woods. Oh, I will have to check it later. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Also, Pebble, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. But I really appreciate you guys a lot. And yeah, that was extremely sweet of you guys. Ah. Charming Falcon is definitely lucky on that end. But yeah, I'm happy to spend time with you guys. I'm very happy to spend time with you guys. And you know, whether it's on IRIAM or whether it's on the Twitch or YouTube side or whatever, like, I like this a lot. I wish that Twitch and YouTube had better latency, but I like hanging out with you guys a lot. Eve says, I literally have cookies cooling on the stove right now. Nice! Everyone gets cookies. Well, Eve gets cookies. And remember the art tablet your starters support you like crazy. I still freak out about that when I think about it. You know, speaking of the tablet, we do have a promised event going on, if you're not aware. If you are in the Discord, or if you haven't joined the Discord but would like to join the Discord, easiest way from IRIAM to get there is to go to my YouTube, and then there's the link to the Discord in the About Me page. In the link to the YouTube is on the IRIAM profile. I know, it's a big runaround, I apologize, it's the only way I can do it. But, I had a promised event that you guys are voting to see me in a cosplay of some form. I have to draw it myself. I have to draw myself in some sort of cosplay. So there's a current event going right now, and submissions close Friday. If you guys want to submit a character that I would cosplay, possibly. And then Saturday, we are going to spend the stream going over those entries, because I haven't seen them, and I've been told I'm not allowed to see them. And we're gonna react to them, and if you want, you guys can try to, like, pitch to me why I should pick one over the other. And I don't want to know whose is which. I don't want to know which one was yours. But, like, you know, let's talk about it. Let's react together. Let's see what kind of crazy stuff you came up with. We got, like, 10 more entries yesterday by the- What? That's wild. It's gonna be a wild reaction day. Go back after to see who pitched what. I think I have to, okay, I have to, like, probably pick it entirely before I do that. Because I know that it's, like, I think that, we want to, like, erase any bias or whatever, but I can react later, with Vessa's permission. I need to get her to join the Stargazer. She doesn't quite understand VTubers. That's fair. We are kind of a weird bunch. I mean, we'd be happy to have her, but I understand if it's a little off-putting or weird or confusing. I'm fine either way. Thank you, Vine Fox. I appreciate that. Some suggestions will be obvious. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe you guys throw each other off. Maybe, like, maybe someone said, hey, I'll pick the CIA robot character, and then Star will think that it's from Vessa, and then Vessa, you pick the character that's like some big animal, and then we'll think that it's like from a furry. I don't know, maybe you guys are plotting. We don't want her to subconsciously pick outfits from certain people, anti-Vessa bias settings. If I'm allowed to look at it later after we've fully picked, then I can react to that. It won't be able to be on the same stream because I'm probably gonna need to choose wisely. But because you guys are putting in so much work into this and submitting so many entries, I'm probably gonna put in a nice amount of effort into this drawing. So I hope you guys are going to enjoy this, whatever it ends up being. I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm also excited. I think it'll be something fun. How many are you picking from? Like 5? I think 5 is probably good, for the stream, and then I'll probably narrow it down afterwards, after spending some time to think about it. The only Vessa plot I'm aware of is Twin Tails. That doesn't shock me. It'd be funny to see Star in all our VTuber friends' outfits and vice versa. Eve, you are not the first person that has said that. That has said that you'd want to see outfit swaps at some point. In this case, this is specifically not with other VTubers, because I don't want to step on anyone's toes or anything. But I don't know, maybe that would be something fun in far, far, far into the future. But in terms of this event, this is gonna be, a single cosplay, and it's going to turn into an illustration. I know VTubers aren't allowed to suggest for this, yeah, because I'm just like, I want to not step on anybody's toes. You know, as much as I would love to cosplay as other VTubers, I don't wanna step on any toes. Taka and Star outfit, let's go! Oh my god. He'd kill me. He would totally kill me. Outfit swap would be funny, but probably insane given the crowd, true. Yeah, no, I cannot see that. That's a funny thought, but I don't think I could see that happening. Kill him back in Kentucky. Not everyone is that crazy, right? I don't know. I think the Stargazers have sort of collectively increased the crazy. We made great headway on the stars today, by the way. It really seems so. You guys are at 17K. My goodness. You mean me? I won't say it's not a contributing factor. Thorn in Star's outfit? You know, if I see Thorn again, maybe. Sometimes I amuse myself picturing Star in Lady Red's outfit. Oh my goodness. That's an intense one. I don't wear too many other outfits. Thorn returned to the Nether. I mean, the dragons do rule the celestial plane, so you know, maybe it was a return to the celestial to keep the balance and order. I mean, dragons are very, very closely associated with, like, keeping the balance of magic as a whole. So it wouldn't shock me if there was some sort of need for that. You and my outfit would be funny. You can button the shorts. I still wouldn't feel comfortable. I still wouldn't be comfortable with the crop top. I'd have to have a version where I have, like, your jacket fully zipped up. There was a whole hurricane thing, heard from Thorn a few months ago. I've heard from Thorn more recently than that. I know that, Thorn's okay in that situation. No, that's not what I said! I said that I would be uncomfortable. If we overthrow the dragons, we control the magic? No, that's not how that works, Eve. That's not how that works. The dragons are primordial beings. We're talking uncomfortable, you can get Star in my outfit? Oh, jeez. No, Eve, that is not how that works. That's not how any of this works. Star Parable would be funny to draw? How would that work? Star Parable, oh gosh. How would Star Parable work? You wouldn't be the first to try that, Eve. Dragon Guardian spirits are no joke. True, yeah. We make deals with the dragons. They assist us or we eat them. No, you guys. You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand. These aren't your typical dragons. Okay. I think I have to break this down. Because there's multiple species of dragon, right? There's different hierarchies to dragons. You've got, you've basically got your Eve! Yeah, what happened, Vine Fox? What happened? The voice of reason agrees. No, you guys need to understand. There's different hierarchies to the dragons, okay? There are the celestial dragons, and they're more like the titans, okay? They're more like the gods. They are the balance keepers. And then you get down to Illusionari on the mortal plane, and there are still dragons, but they're a lot smaller, and they're a lot more equal to us. Those are, like, imagine the size of, like, a Dragonite. Like the Pokemon Dragonite, right? You've got, like, your Titan, Colossal, Worldly, Celestial dragons, and then you've got, like, your little baby Dragonites. The Dragonites are what's in Illusionari. What are you guys saying? If we feast on the flesh of the gods, do we take their place? No! Not evil, got it, scratch it then. They're not evil, but they do have to maintain a balance. Maintaining a balance is not always in the best form that you could desire for, but they do maintain a balance. We should create Pokeballs for the Dragonites. Jeez, Vesta. Zynlang, hello, welcome in. I see that you're new to IRIAM, so hello. Welcome to IRIAM. My name is Starlight. I'm a prismatic kitsune. These are my stargazers. They are insane. Back where I live, me and the bird people confuse terror swords with dragons. I keep telling them they're just giant flying lizards and not actual dragons. Wait, what? Confuse terrors, sword with dragons. I keep telling them they're just giant flying lizards. Why would you tell that to a dragon? Are you sane? Are you really, Eve? She says we're insane, but she made us. You guys are about as sane as I was playing Stanley Parable. I don't think that you should tell a dragon that they're nothing more than a flying lizard. I feel like that's not a good recipe for wise engagement. Dual Throne says, hello, Zan, here's your onboarding gift of fireworks. We just fear for the safety of our home. The Italian must be protected. The dragonite-sized dragons are pretty good. You guys have reason to be wary of the dragons? Wait, what? What? Vessa, what do those numbers mean? I mean, like, back where I live, we actually have the flying reptiles. People that live there confuse them with the actual dragons. I'm very confused. Oh! Oh! You remembered that better than I did, for sure! Because I clearly didn't remember the numbers because I was spending so much time trying to figure out a way to explain the numbers that I wasn't able to say the numbers, that I wasn't able to... That was so freaky! I thought I had to find a way to justify the numbers. Because the voices in my head were saying, you shouldn't be able to know those numbers, and I'm like, then I'll try to find proof of knowing those numbers, then I won't get in trouble. But no, the voice in my head kept yelling at me, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to input the numbers because I didn't have any proof, and I was gonna get in trouble if I didn't have a reason for knowing the numbers. Dazzling Elephant, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to IRIAM, I hope that you are doing well. My name is Starlight, I'm a prismatic kitsune. Welcome in, welcome in. We are saying she is crazy. I'm not crazy, I was trying to justify my reasons. It's a game? It really did not feel like one in that moment. We have explosives, this means we're 100% sane. You confuse the personality test game, Tails? Oh. I'm not crazy, says the fox trying to justify the numbers. Should you not justify the numbers? I feel like that's kind of important. No? But I was told to- I had to justify the numbers, because if I wasn't supposed to know the numbers, and I knew the numbers, then I would get in trouble. So I had to find a way to justify the numbers, so I had to look for proof. I think that's pretty reasonable, don't you? I'm still not sure if that was a voice in my head or the intercom. I still feel like it would have been an intercom. It sounded like an intercom. You're creeping around your boss's office. Exactly! But I had to find proof. Don't do everything someone tells you to? Well, I can't just sit there and do nothing. Not when the voice in your head is trolling you. Are they trolling me, though? I have to look for proof of understanding the number. I was told to input a number, but then I was told, but wait, you shouldn't know the number. So then I was like, okay, if I'm not supposed to know the number, I have to find a way to find proof of being able to know the number. How do you know you need the number? Because the voice told me I did. The voice told me I had to input the number. Or the intercom. The voice in my head. The something. Something told me I had a number. Yes, I was told the number, and then I had to find a way to justify knowing the number so I could input the number. At least we know how to defeat Starlight in a duel now. Just hand her a book and tell her how the story says we win. Wow, okay. If the voice told you the number and you needed it, yes. I just got the weirdest feeling that Lillian is using some sort of genjutsu. Now you're making me question everything. Now you're making me question absolutely everything. Because now I'm like... The voice isn't real? I'm so confused now. The voices aren't real. Then... Where are they coming from? Maybe Lillian takes a little bite out of you and then now you start to hallucinate? What? No, Lillian would never do that. It's ironic seeing I don't do illusions, that's your thing. I know! I know! She's not using genjutsu, she's tricking the sweet melamine kid into doing her bidding. You're good, Star, they were just pushing buttons. That's fair? It's not that I wouldn't, it's that I can't. What? Starlight's blood will make me explode? Excuse you? What? Huh? Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Sideline, thank you very much for following. I hope you've been enjoying the chaos so far. We're happy to have you. Wait, I'm very confused by that. It's a long story? Okay, so I assume I'm safe in some form? Because otherwise Lillian would apparently explode? I don't really know how that works, but, I guess it's a safe bet? Kind of? It's funny. I'm a celestial fox, so I don't have, like, you know, I don't have your I'm not fully human, right? I'm celestial fox, and basically, you know, associated with star stuff, and I have a friend who likes to eat stars, but we made a pact that they're not allowed to eat me. Then we got Lillian, who for some reason would explode if she tried to eat me. And then half of you guys like to say that I look like candy. It's very strange. It's a very strange dynamic we all have. You're safe from me biting you, I'm happy to troll though. Rainbow crystal skeleton? No! We got you the star achievement, by the way? I don't think you noticed? I'm so confused what you guys mean with the star thing, but thank you! What? Just gonna put that back there. Pretend nothing happened. Oh, goodness gracious. Others have tried it, they always explode? What? Raw magic doesn't mix with what's happening in my blood. Others have tried it, they always explode. Oh, interesting. Okay. You need 50k to be on the leaderboard? Oh! Oh, okay. I didn't know what it meant. I was very confused by that. Hang on a sec. I was trying to move things and then everything exploded a little bit. I see the 50,000th star was sent by Charming Falcon. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I see that now. Thank you very much, guys. What? You know the belt that you have around your waist makes you look like a WWE wrestler? Eh? I don't really see that, but okay. Got you 50k, not bad for the first day of the event. First day you're streaming anyway. Thank you guys, I appreciate it very, very much. A Lucinari heavyweight champion? No. No. Title belts are generally much smaller. It's not a wrestling belt, guys. It helps. I have a dress and a skirt. That's all it is. No, I do not. Oh, goodness gracious. I think it's more of an obi. It serves more like an obi. Yes, exactly, Dual Thrones. Thank you. Also, Newbie Reaper. Hello. Welcome in, welcome in. Star versus John Cena? No! Star event was today? Yeah, but no worries, Newbie Reaper. It's totally, it's just fun. It's very casual. We're having a good time. We're enjoying things. Star versus Dwayne Johnson? Jeez, where do you guys come up with this stuff? I don't really... Star versus the forces of evil. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Although, ironically... Thank you, Newbie Reaper. Ironically, that's not a good storyline for us, because that has the exact opposite effect of what we're trying to achieve. Like, literally the exact opposite effect. I'm trying to save magic. I'm trying to keep magic. I'm trying to work with magic and let it survive. Alright, Charming Falcon, thank you very, very much for stopping in. I appreciate it greatly. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I thought we were trying to blow people up. Don't encourage them, Zadland. Hallucinatory domination? No. Ah! Lillian! What? Sometimes I'm very... Thank you for the Suki. Thank you for the wave talent. Oh my gosh, Lillian. Lillian. Is this because you can't eat me? He said we were here to blow people up. I couldn't resist. Do you see what you do? You see why I said to not encourage them? Thank you guys. I appreciate the support very much. I'm getting the bug spray as we speak, Star. I'm not sure if bug spray's gonna do anything. You can see my necklace being rock candy. Why does everyone say this? I told you, it's a crazy bunch. It's a crazy bunch. But we're happy to have you here. Bunny nibbles to make sure? No! Oh, yeah. What flavor is the bug spray? It's a secret CIA bug spray. Get 100 feet away behind a blast shield. Are you sure it's a bug spray? What? Haven't had rock candy in years. Want some now? Well, this is not rock candy. I cannot provide rock candy. I apologize. Oh my gosh. Talon says, I mostly do creepy stuff now. I used to do a lot of rainbow aesthetic art, similar to yours. Not sure what happened. I guess we traded places. I never did, like, super creepy stuff, but I did used to do stuff that was a little bit darker in tone and more realistic. Lillian, oh my gosh. I did this one challenge one time where it was like, you know, show your range as an artist. And I had one piece, I'll bring it up, I'll throw it in the Discord at some point. I had one piece where it's, I think it's Flaffy eating a, what do you call that? Eating a crepe. It's Flaffy with a crepe on one end, and on the other end, it's an undead unicorn. So yeah, my range is actually very, very wide. Although, you guys wouldn't think it, because you usually just see me, and usually just see the stuff I'm working on now with the Stargazers. But yeah, I mean, I can sometimes go darker. Vessa, I think I've shown it to you, right? Newbie Reaper says, fun story, one time my friend gave me a rock with a message on it. I thought it was candy, I straight up swallowed it, and they stared at me in disbelief. Oh dear goodness. That doesn't sound good. You need a goth emo star PNG to use when you draw spooky stuff? No! I cannot picture that. I cannot picture. What does that mean, Senlan? What is that in reference to? Hello, Skull Smasher. Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Eve, oh my gosh, stop. Was that an applause to that idea? But thank you for the applause. I appreciate it. It's fine. I'll envision it for you. Oh dear. You're gonna drag me into Hot Topic. Doing alright? Hope you've been well? I've been well, yeah. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Sandline, thank you for the potty poppers. I appreciate it. You guys are gonna drag me back into Hot Topic, I swear. Hot Topic and Spencer's? Never went into Spencer's. Never stepped in there. What if I deleted all the cosplay entries and just put goth ones in? How dare you? I would not- no, don't delete anything. Other people worked hard. Other people worked hard for those. Don't do that. It's a tradition to go into the back of Spencer's whenever you go back to the mall? No. Blank, hello, welcome in. Blank on IRIAM. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, no, I said I'd draw spooky things. I didn't say I would dress spooky. I worked hardest by making the slideshow. That's true, but please don't delete others' work. I always forget how lovely your model is. Definitely the best one I've seen across any platform. You did a wonderful job. Thank you so much, Skull Smasher. That really means a lot. Thank you. That's very sweet of you. I feel really happy about being self-incarnated, you know? I feel like I've evolved a lot, I guess is the best way to say. You can see here your necklace could turn to spiderwebs if you did turn goth. Interesting. Interesting concept. What is it with you guys and the goth desire, huh? Where did this come from? I'll just replenish the list. It's like that trope of the two characters, like, fighting with like different buttons or something. Halloween's gonna be fun. Oh dear. I blame cartoons. It's impressive you did it yourself and did better than the companies who do it for a living. That really means a lot. I mean, okay, to be fair to those companies, they usually have to do a lot more though, right? I mean, this is like, I'm a one and done deal, and those companies have to constantly be working really hard for a lot of different VTubers, so I do think that caveat needs to be in there, right? But thank you, I still really appreciate it. That does mean a lot to me. I'm not downplaying it! I'm just saying that there's explanations. I wanted to give the explanations, that's all. And funny enough, though, I think I mentioned this before, like, I'm kind of a nerfed version of myself right now, too. Because, like, this is as much as was allowed on IRIAM. So when I stream on, like, Twitch or YouTube, I'm using my IRIAM self and not, like, what it could be. So it's not super different, especially, like, you know, head up or anything. But, I do have a lot more movement that that I had to sort of, like, get rid of for IRIAM. And maybe someday I'd like to bring that back. Not too much, because, you know, most of it is on the upper half. But yeah. Hey, hello, welcome in. Hey, no fox jail, excuse you. Newbie Reaper says, I think my stargazer end up looking super goth. I mean, that's fair, that's kind of your color scheme, right? Talon says everyone wants goth GF, that's actually a big thing on the internet. In Iron Mouse, who went into the trend as well. Iron Mouse did go in- no, Iron Mouse didn't go with goth GF. Iron Mouse went with punk rock. It looks more shiny on IRIAM? That might just be because I don't see your other streams often. More shiny? More shiny? That's an interesting concept. More shiny. Mon, hello, welcome in, welcome in. More shiny. Huh. I wonder why that is. I wonder if there's like an OBS color thing that's all weird. I don't know. That's an interesting concept though. I think I'm sort of shiny in multiple ways regardless. I got lots of crystals and prismatics going on either way. The two tend to resemble one another. True. I see Goth as usually having a little less color. No, if then the stream can turn into an episode of Cops as best officers take her away. Excuse you! I'm not downplaying any compliments anyway. It could also be because you're more up close, so it's more noticeable. That could be it. That could absolutely be it. It might also be because, the background behind me is darker, and that can sometimes mess with people's color perception. I'll steal Star's necklace and put it in my nest way up high where Star can't reach. Talon. I could chase you just as fast. If you've forgotten, I'm a winged fox. People saw Lena Lazar and Juniper Actius and realized goths were cool. Fair. It does tend to make colors seem brighter. Yeah. I do think it's a matter of the background, which is why I need to redo the background of my overlays, I think, because they're a little bit... Like, if I go a little bit darker, then the background would probably punch up the color here. Fine Fox, congratulations on the star. Congrats. Don't forget to grab the Whooper wallpaper if you have a chance. Do I ever wonder about what Antarctica looked like before it froze over millions of years ago? What, like with Scrat? Oh wait, no, before that. I don't know. Realistically, Star could one-shot zap most of us. She's just too nice to murder us. I know you for so long, how could I forget? I know, right? How could you forget that I could chase you down if you tried to steal from me? Antarctica used to be a rainforest. Interesting. I fireball the atelier and I'm still here. I need to throw more of you into crystals, like I have in that emote with Prism. Blank says, Juniper is goth IRL, or many models trend much more punk or just monster girl in general. True. Skull Smasher always says... Blank on YouTube says, Skull Smasher always says the kindest things. The juxtaposition gives me joy each time. That's true. That's true. The prismatic prison caught on. Do I go in the crystal cute bunny mod pleading face? I think I need you not in a crystal. Can I fireball the crystal? No. Maybe I've just been in that genre for so long, it's biased. No. You cannot fireball the crystal. That doesn't work. Does that work in video games ever? Maybe. Do you ever see regular magic attacks ever working against magic crystals? Sometimes. It makes the crystal red sometimes. Depends on the spell. Crystal reflects all magic outside or inside. Sonic spells are still a thing. I mean, I don't think you're really gonna get very far by changing the color. Talon says throw rock against rock. Like in the Pikmin series, you throw rock Pikmin into the rock well to break it. What are you going to do about that? You guys are already crystalline. Just put the bag of holding in the bag of holding in the crystal. You guys are already crystalline. You already have crystal attributes. It's not really going to work. What you're saying is only a rock can beat a rock. Not according to rock, paper, scissors, no. We're terastallized. Pretty much, honestly. Pretty much. Bigger rock. You guys basically do have terrestrial forms when you think about it. I really need to explain more of that visually, don't I? Fellow bunnies will just throw us into a rock so we'd break it down. No, I don't think that would work. A sledgehammer is a rock with extra steps. There's honestly so much of the lore that you don't know. Someday you will learn. No, throwing yourself into a rock or having somebody else throw you into a rock is not gonna work. Someday when the time is right. Gotta retreat for now. I'll be back next time. Have a nice one, everybody. Alright, Vine Fox. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you. I want to see a lore drop one day. I'm hoping someday. It's a big endeavor. Show us the lore, tell us the bedtime story. Someday. Sometime. It would have to be a very large project. I'll just throw a few. We live and learn. A sacrifice I'm willing to make. No, Eve. Also, now I have the Sonic stuck in my head. Dang it. You told us a story, we need like 2 streams. No, not necessarily. I have my ways of wanting to do it. I don't know. Maybe it'll happen that way, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be too intense, and maybe I'll simplify it. I'm not really sure yet. Ideally, yeah. Yeah. It would definitely clear a lot up in the future. But, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out, like... I'm gonna have to put it on the chart. I'm gonna have to put on the chart where I can fit in, like, explaining stargazers where stargazers originate. Do a children's book version, and then a Lord of the Rings version. Both sound extremely intense endeavors. You think a children's book version would be simple, but children's books take a long time to make. After careful consideration, I've decided to bite you. Why? Lillian's already decided that was a bad idea, so why do you think it would be a good idea? We could tell people who came out of the star mines confuse the newbies. I'm not weak. Oh! Oh! Oh, I see how it is. Wow. Okay. Wow. Lillian, oh. Don't eat this. Down says, here's an image. We rip off the star on your forehead and you start to deflate candy. Excuse you. What? That doesn't make any sense. Oh dear. Why did the music get epic all of a sudden? I'm perfectly calm. This is starting to get a sort of not okay vibe. I'm not lying. I am perfectly calm. I'm just like, wow, okay. The bunnies are gonna fight. I'm gonna need to separate you guys. Also, hello, welcome in, Dazzling Lion. Welcome in, welcome in. Also, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you're having a good Wednesday today. I triggered a boss fight by picking a bad dialogue option. I'm gonna reload my save file. Oh my gosh. You picked a bad dialogue option. That's a funny way of looking at it. Vesta doesn't need to worry, I have a use for them? Eh? The odds are 1 to 7. Lion, welcome in. I hope you're having a good day. A little under the weather. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that. I definitely hope you feel better soon. 100 star coins starting bid. We're not gonna bid on the stargazers here. Come on. Lillian wants to hire me to take care of aquariums. Does Lillian have aquariums? I feel like Lillian would have some sort of aquarium, but it would be like a villain's aquarium, like a vat of sharks or something. She will? What? Are you going to gift her an aquarium? Like eels, yeah. She just has a vat of electric eels. I could see that. Maybe piranha. Yeah. And androids. That's gonna be, that'll be a little bit confusing, I think. Oh my gosh, you guys are wild. You guys are crazy. You do not know what to do with you guys. Yeah, Chigogo, hello, welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, hello. Yahoo. Lillian says, are you for hire? I have a whole bunch of hagfish that need to be called. Oh? It wasn't me this time starting the fight. True. But I think they're coming to a compromise of exchange of services. What if Lillian had an aquarium filled with aquatic venomous snakes? What? How does that work? I feel like that's too much competition. Means I need to close the betting tables and run. Oh my gosh. More of a leech person? Oh dear. I started the fight, but we became business partners. Is that how most of those go? Is that how most of those fights work? Aquatic venomous snakes are real? I'm sure they are. I mean, anything's possible, honestly. We're dealing with dragons. The idea of an aquatic snake is not very far-fetched. What are the event goals? It's a cumulative event. So we are, we're working with all the founding streamers. Think of it like a boss raid, essentially. Only if the combatants respect each other. Yeah, true. Town says I mean IRL. I mean, yeah. What? I don't get it. Like, there's dragons, there's venomous snakes. I don't see what the problem is. We're dealing with them? No, you don't have to deal with them. Their goals, like, reach X amount of stars? Yeah. I think that's, So, from what I can tell, I can't see how much has cumulatively been reached, I don't think. But the Twitter keeps updating, so I guess things are happening. What was the last one? So 2 of them have been hit. Oh! The next cumulative goal is 6 million stars. What? 6 million, my goodness. I can see everyone's stars who's in the event. I can add them up if you wish to know. No, it's okay. The next goal is 6 million. So, I don't know how far away everyone is from that, but that's crazy. Alright. I streamed a little bit, longer than normal, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. But if you have not yet joined the Discord and you would like to join the Discord, I have a Safe for Work Discord, emphasis on Safe for Work, that I'd love that I'd be happy if you wanted to join. There's currently an event going on right now. Dazzling Lion, thank you so much for following. There's currently an event going on right now where, if you would like to see me in a certain cosplay, there's a contest where people are submitting entries. You'll see that in the Fox Bulletin if you join, and to join the Discord as easily as possible, on IRIAM, if you go to my profile and then go to YouTube, consider subscribing if you'd like to, because I also stream on Twitch and YouTube, and then go to the About page, there's a link to the Discord, and we would be happy to have you. It is a nice, cozy, very chaotic community, but everyone's very nice to each other, aside from Lillian and Vessa. I'm joking, I love them. But, we will, what day is today? It's Wednesday. So we will not be streaming, tomorrow, but we will be on IRIAM on Friday, and then we will be on Twitch and YouTube Saturday, where I'm going to look at all the contest entries. Rar, rar. No, you guys are great. I'm only teasing. But thank you very, very much, Stargazers. It has been a fun, chaotic stream. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. And well, all the best. And thank you so much again.